Welcome to Lit with Ernest, the show where we cut through the noise and get to the heart of what makes literature tick. I'm your host, Ernest, and today we're talking about one of the most influential figures in 20th century literature, Tennessee Williams. He was a complex, flawed, and deeply human individual who poured his heart and soul into his work. Born in 1911 in Columbus, Mississippi, Williams grew up in a family that struggled with mental illness and addiction. His father, Cornelius Coffin Williams, was a shoe salesman who often clashed with his wife, Edwina Dakin Williams. This tumultuous household would later influence Tennessee's writing, as he often explored themes of family dysfunction and the fragility of the human psyche. As a child, Tennessee was a shy and introverted kid who found solace in writing. He began writing stories and poetry at an early age, and his parents encouraged his creative pursuits. However, his father's drinking problem and his mother's mental health issues created a chaotic home environment that would shape Tennessee's worldview. Despite these challenges, Tennessee's family moved to St. Louis, Missouri, where he attended high school and developed a passion for theater. Tennessee's educational journey took him to the University of Missouri, where he studied journalism and began writing plays. However, it was during his time at Washington University in St. Louis that he discovered his true calling as a playwright. He became involved with the university's theater group and began writing plays that explore the human condition. One of his early plays, Candles to the Sun, was performed by the Mummers of St. Louis, a local theater company. After college, Tennessee moved to New Orleans, where he became part of the city's vibrant literary scene. He befriended writers like William Faulkner and Truman Capote and began writing plays that would eventually make him famous. His breakthrough play, The Glass Menagerie, was first performed in 1944 and explored themes of family, memory, and the fragility of human relationships. Tennessee's major contributions to literature are undeniable. He wrote plays like A Streetcar Named Desire, Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and The Rose Tattoo, which probed the depths of human nature and challenged social norms. His work built upon the existing literary frameworks of realism and naturalism, but he also pushed the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in American theater. Tennessee's plays often featured complex, flawed characters who struggled with their own demons, and his use of language was both poetic and visceral. One of the most significant aspects of Tennessee's legacy is his influence on American theater. His plays have been performed countless times on Broadway and in regional theaters across the country. He has inspired generations of playwrights, including Edward Albee, Sam Shepard, and Tony Kushner. Tennessee's work has also been adapted into films, operas, and ballets, cementing his place as one of the most versatile and enduring writers of the 20th century. However, Tennessee's legacy is not without controversy. Some critics have argued that his portrayal of women and marginalized communities is problematic, and that his plays often rely on stereotypes and tropes. These criticisms are valid, and it's essential to acknowledge the limitations of his work. Nevertheless, Tennessee's willingness to confront the darkness and complexity of human nature has made his work a powerful testament to the human experience. As we look at Tennessee's legacy today, it's clear that his influence extends far beyond the world of literature. His work reminds us that literature is a reflection of our shared humanity, and that it has the power to challenge our assumptions and broaden our empathy. Tennessee's personal life was also marked by struggles and triumphs. He had a long-term relationship with Frank Marlowe, an Italian-American man who became his partner and muse. The two men lived together in Key West, Florida, where Tennessee wrote some of his most famous plays. However, their relationship was not without its challenges, and Tennessee's struggles with addiction and depression often put a strain on their partnership. Despite these personal struggles, Tennessee continued to write until his death in 1983. His later plays, such as The Two-Character Play and A House Not Meant to Stand, are less well known but no less powerful than his earlier work. They demonstrate his continued willingness to experiment with form and content, and to push the boundaries of what was possible in American theater. So what can we learn from Tennessee Williams today? For one, his work reminds us that literature is a reflection of our shared humanity. It's a way of exploring the complexities and mysteries of life, of grappling with the big questions that haunt us all. Tennessee's story is also a testament to the power of perseverance and creativity in the face of adversity. Despite struggling with addiction, depression, and personal turmoil, he continued to write plays that would become classics of American literature. His legacy is a reminder that our struggles and imperfections are a fundamental part of what makes us human, and that it's through embracing these complexities that we can create something truly remarkable. That's all for today's Lit with Ernest. Like this episode if it hit true, share it if you respect honest talk about books. Subscribe because we'll do this again. This is Ernest, signing off.